Welcome back to Bloody Good Chats, where for the next 30 minutes you're our best friends. So sit back, relax, and let's have a bloody good time.
Period. Cheers.
Salud.
Guys, Eliza made homemade marshmallows, which is just like a flex in itself, really. Like, imagine being like, oh, I made these marshmallows.
That is my cheat code to life, is find easy recipes that feel like a flex. So then you take them to people's houses and they're like, oh my God, I can't believe you made that. And you're like, it literally took me 2 seconds. My other one, highly recommend, which one of our like good friends across the road, she started making as well, is whipped feta, ricotta, and then a little bit of honey. Literally just chuck some ricotta in a bowl, chuck some feta in a bowl, put some honey, whip it, and that's it. And it like blows people's socks off there. She's like, I made it for her partner's parents, and they were like, oh my God, how did you do this? She's like, you inspired me. And I'm like, that is what I always just try. I've found this chocolate mousse recipe as well. I made that the other night.
Oh my God, that was insane.
So easy, so simple, but again, people are like blown away.
Yeah. And your chimichurri too?
Yes.
That's
chimichurri.
like probably my favourite thing that you make is chimichurri.
So easy. And guys, marshmallows, it's actually quite good for you because it's just gelatin, water, and then you can just add your sweetener. So I added maple syrup into these ones, whipped it up, chucked it in a tray, and then left it for a couple of hours and you've got marshmallows.
And it's so good. We were talking about Soulistic yesterday and Eliza was like, I'm actually concerned because I think I'm addicted to it. Like, I just can't stop thinking about it all day.
It is the best. I like so much so that Maya just made me one. And guys, it was less than where I've already taken like 5 sips.
Yeah, it was kind of like where mine is. Yeah. But, like, I've only taken a few sips of mine.
I was appalled. I was like, you're going to give me that. That's
a half cup of Soulistic.
A half cup of Soulistic.
When we own the brand.
Yeah, it's a full cup. Like, I'm craving it. Like, it's the best.
Yeah, it's so good. Highly recommend. Eliza, did you put the marshmallow recipe on the website?
Yeah, it's not on the website, but maybe I should do that. Yeah. That would be a good idea.
Yeah,
but
marshmallow recipe on the webby.
In one of our recent posts, I made a post where I made this yummy hot chocolate with like whipped cream and marshmallows, and the marshmallow recipe is in the caption of that post. But
such a good like winter drink as well.
So good and so nourishing.
Yeah, and we've just hit like today's the 3rd of June. So that's 3 days into winter, and this has been like the best thing to wake up to and to go to bed with as well.
Yeah. I saw this, I think I'm going to make a post about this, but it was like, this was in regards to matcha, but I was like, oh, this is literally me with Soulistic. It was like, I don't, a matcha doesn't wake me up. I wake up to have my matcha. Does that make sense? Like the reason I'm waking up, and I'm like, that is me with Soulistic. Like Soulistic doesn't wake me up. I'm waking up to go have my Soulistic.
I love that. I do love that. And I sometimes, it breaks my heart because there are some times where in the morning after my morning Soulistic or after my morning coffee, I'm like, well, the best part of my day's over.
Literally.
Like, it's just downhill from here.
It's gone.
It's not going to get any better. That's a really bad mindset to have, but I'm going to be so transparent.
But you can have it in the evening as well.
I do. But I really love, it's funny, because I really love my morning routine and my evening routine. Like, I look forward to them so much. I need to figure out something to do in the middle of the day because the middle of the day to me is just kind of like,
work.
It's like nothingness. Like, there's not really anything going on. And I'm like, I need like a little, something to just look forward to. I'm thinking.
Oh, that could be part of your.
This is going to tie into today's episode really nicely, and I've got something in my mind, so bear with me. I have a thought as to what my middle of the day ritual could be, so we'll get there in a second.
Yeah, and we'll do a little cycle check-in, but today's a little bit more of a fun episode. We just want to open up to you girls. As Maya said, it's the 3rd of June, it's the start of the month, so we're figuring out like, what should we do? Should we do it on like educational stuff? And I was like, why don't we share...
I reckon just keep going.
Yeah.
Sorry guys, if you hear that lawnmower in the background, we're girls who have stuff to do.
Anyway, so we thought this is the perfect time to let you girls into our world and share some of the things that we're working on, because I feel like when you hear other people's goals, it kind of gives you, and why they're wanting to do that, gives you a little bit of inspiration of like, that actually lands for me too, that resonates for me too. Maybe I feel inspired now to go do that. So hopefully you get a little bit of inspiration, and if not, a bit of a smile, have some fun through this episode.
And hopefully you get to know us too and what we're like intention we're bringing into June, because I feel good about this month. Don't know if it's because it's the start of a new season or the sunrises have been bloody epic so far. The weather's been great. Who
Weather's
knows?
been
But
magic.
it's got good vibes to it. So let's dive in. I know where you are in your cycle, so you start first with your cycle.
I'm cycle day 2, guys. I got my bleed yesterday, which was a massive surprise for me. We came 3 days early, which hasn't happened, I don't think, for I don't know how long that has happened. But as to why that's happened, I'm not really too sure yet. I was speaking to Maya about it yesterday, and one thing, because the sunrises have been so nice, there's also been a full moon. I've been getting down to the beach way more often, seeing the sunrise and also the sunset. So I'm like, I wonder if my body clock has adjusted to the full moon and it's like, you're bleeding now. But I don't really know. But it's been so good, so bliss, so chill. I felt really strong at the gym today. And I actually trained today, which might be a bit of a shock to you girls. And I think that comes back to what we speak to in all of our episodes, is having that intimate body awareness. I know that actually when my bleed arrives, I'm like, let's go, new cycle, I am ready. So I actually felt really good in the gym today. And
it was a hard session, guys.
was
I nearly
hard.
fucking cried in that last exercise. Eliza and I always laugh because our trainer, Josh, bless him, he's a legend, but he must be lying in bed at night thinking, how can I make these exercises so random and so like unexplainably difficult that these girls just like have no option but to just do it, because we're like so perplexed by these things that he comes out with that we're like, oh my God, okay. And there's a few things in there that I was just like, I just can't do this morning. Like, it's way too early. But yeah, we got it done.
we got it done. What about you?
I'm cycle day 10 today, which I have my LH test strips sitting on my bathroom sink, because if they don't sit on my sink, then I forget to test for it. And then it's like, you know, I'm like day 14 and I'm like, oh my God, I haven't tracked anything. So I'm assuming that I'll have an LH surge within the next few days. I usually do surge around day 10. So I can kind of just assume that today will be positive, if I'm being honest. But I feel really good. I feel it's interesting, actually. I have noticed that I've been like breaking out, but only on this side. Look at that. Just on this side, like on the right side of my
I've been breaking out on the right side too.
Oh, something in the air. What's your right side? That's your masculine side too. But something to keep note of, because obviously if this is around my ovulation period, then that's a good bit of information to have, is like the timing of your breakout obviously means something as well. It's not something that I'm super concerned with. Like, I still look hot as fuck, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, it's just an observation that I've had. But apart from that, I feel really good, feel really energized, and I definitely feel like I'm at that point in my cycle where I need to exercise, because otherwise I go to bed at night and I'm like, I've got so much energy. Okay, starting with our goals. All right, guys, I have kind of, like, we were supposed to just have 3 goals each, but I've kind of like got a few, and they're in like a few subcategories as well. So I wanted to start with my physical goals for the month of June. My physical goals are, I want to do 4 yoga classes this month.
Nice.
Now, I'm already going to count, I did a yoga class on Friday, which was like the cusp of May and June. So I'm just going to count that as a class done. So I've only got 3 more left. The reason for this is because when we talk to exercise, we speak to doing movement that you love. And like, yes, I do love going to the gym, but I don't have that same feeling as in a yoga class. Like, when I'm in a yoga class, I just feel like I'm on top of the world, and I'm like, yes, like I feel so connected to myself. I feel so like, it's just my space, you know? Like, yoga is just my bitch at the end of the day. And I need to do more of it, and I need to make time for myself to do that. So 4 yoga classes for this month. My second goal, beach walk 5 times a week minimum for the month of June. I think doing a midday beach walk could be quite nice because it's winter and it's not too hot as well, and I can just like wear my bikini and some shorts and just go for a walk. But I just feel so good when I do a beach walk. So beach walk 5 times a week. And then to end my physical goals, I want to be able to do a pull-up. I am so close. I tried to do a pull-up on Monday of this week, and I surprised myself so much. I think it's the first time a gym trainer smiled at me and said, "Go Maya."
That is not true. But yeah, you smashed it.
Yeah, so that's my goal for this month. I want to be able to do a pull-up. And if I can do it, I will film it so you guys can see, and I'll hold myself accountable to that. That's
Love
my first
that.
goal.
Hell yeah. Okay. My first goal is similar to Maya in terms of the beach walk. I have really been enjoying getting down for the sunrise and watching the sunrise and being a bit more consistent with that. I always get outside each morning, but I think actually walking down to the beach and then I have take my cup of tea and I go for a walk like before breakfast, which I never usually used to do, and I've been loving it. Like I'll just go for a half an hour, 40-minute walk, and then I've done like 5,000 steps before my day's even started.
Yeah.
And
Better than your 500 a day.
oh my gosh. And it does make me feel so much better. So I am going to do that, and I feel like either doing it in silence or playing I found these like really weird like manifestation music. I played it for Maya, but it's actually such a vibe. I'll have to link one of the songs.
You need to sing a phrase now. Sing the calendar.
It's already mine. Already aligned. Okay, I'll put the thing down the bottom. But I found out it's made from AI, and that's quite confusing to me.
It's quite scary as well, to be honest.
So confusing. So, yeah, I am really excited to do that. That's my first goal.
Love that.
Yeah.
Love that. Okay, my second goal, guys. I had to throw in a bit of like a funny one here because I feel like goals can be really serious, and I don't really like being very serious, if I'm being completely honest. I get in trouble for being a jokester, if I'm being completely transparent with you guys. Sometimes Eliza says to me, "Maya, can you just have a serious conversation for once, please?" And I'm like, "No, I can't. I'm so sorry." Okay, so my second goal, more swag, less drag. And I mean drag not as in like drag queens, but I mean like things that are just dragging you down. Get away. And the reason that this came to me was because I was listening to a song and I was walking on the beach, and it was just like, yeah, it was just like like a great song, and I was like, this is so swaggy, and I was like, I need more of this vibe in my life. And then I've been writing recently about, we did a sister scoop on having a cigarette with a morning coffee, and the reason why I wrote the sister scoop on that post was because I saw this post and it was like, I believe that having a cigarette with your morning coffee is healthier than whatever the latest capitalist market is selling to you in regards to health and beauty. And I was like, I so agree with that. And then I was also quite jealous of the person having the cigarette with the coffee, because I was like, I wish I could have that kind of freedom and like not then beat myself up and be like, oh my God, I've just started my day with a cigarette and a coffee. And this is not to say that one of my goals is to have a smoke with my morning coffee, but I just sort of want to embody a bit more of that freedom and a bit more of the swag that comes. Like you see someone having a ciggy and a coffee and you're kind of like, oh, that's a big gangster. Like I just love your like no fucks given kind of vibe.
Yeah.
So that's my second goal, more swag, less drag. Don't know how I'm going to embody that. I think as well, even just like being more expressive too. We had a really cool call yesterday with a business coach. She held like a free summit, and she's just such a vibe. Like she's so swaggy. Yeah. And then Eliza was like, that's just full Aries energy right there. And I was like, hold on a second. I'm an Aries. I need to embody more of this energy. If she's an Aries and I'm an Aries, there's surely some of me in her, you know? So I was like, yeah, more swag, less drag, baby, for the month of June.
Love that. That's a really good one. That's so good. More swag, less drag. Okay, my second one, it's kind of 2 in 1. And again, this is probably harder to track, I guess, but that's okay. We don't have to have goals that you need to track. No. So mine is do what I want to do, because one thing that I've realized is I am very much in a group setting. I'll put everyone else's needs before myself, and I'm very indecisive. Like if Jesse's like, what movie do you want to watch, or where should we go for dinner? I'm like, oh, I don't mind. And I think because I've been saying that for so many years, it actually has gotten to a point where I don't actually know what I would want. Like
this is huge.
Yeah. Gotten to a point where it's like if someone was like, oh, what do you want? I'd be like, I don't actually know, because I'm so that's just my
Thinking
second.
of other people.
Yeah, it's my reflex is to say, I don't really mind. We can do whatever we want. And to be fair, guys, most of the time I don't mind.
Yeah.
Like I am a very chill, like go with the flow.
Yeah.
I'm happy to do most things and give things a go. But I do think that sometimes I have been in situations where I'm like, when I've gotten to the environment or halfway through the movie, I'm like, I didn't even really want to watch this anyway.
Yeah.
And it makes me reflect, or what if I said something to start with? I only have myself to blame. You know, there's no one else is the problem here.
Yeah.
So I think just bringing more awareness to just doing what I want to do and just bringing my focus and attention to making decisions for myself. So whether that's we're going out for dinner, what do you want, being more decisive, like, I'd love to go here, or what, just little things. And I think that over time, those little things then feed into bigger things, and then I actually get to know what I like and what I don't like. And that kind of feeds into, this is kind of like a dual goal, but is also just making more time to get to know myself, because I think that I do, even when I was saying last week, guys, with the cycle tracking, I'm like, like I'm good. And I think I am that is kind of, whether it's like a vocabulary thing or just that it's like, I haven't spent enough time with myself. I am just like, I'm just good. Like that's just kind of the baseline. And I actually wouldn't really know what else to say in those situations. So this has gotten really deep really fast.
Yeah, I love that though.
I think journaling is something that I'm not like pulled to do, but I think it is something that I need to do, because I think the more that you write, you just start to understand more about yourself. And that's something that I really want to do, is I really want to understand what's going on with me. And I feel like I don't, even with you, all close friends, there's not too much I have to say, because I don't really know what to say. And I haven't made the space for myself to figure out what I want to say or what's coming up for me. And I don't know. It's just been something that's like been in my mind of, I actually really want to just get to know myself a little bit more.
I love that.
Be a bit more decisive and push myself. And this doesn't have to be all the time. Obviously, I'm not going to force myself. Like, if it's a situation where I actually don't care and I'm like, let's do what do you guys want to do? Like, I'm not going to force myself, but just be bringing awareness to how often I'm saying I don't mind and
doing things for other people because they want to. Which is funny you say that, because I, like, for example, like if Eliza and I go out to dinner, I'm always like, Eliza, you order for us, because you're like so good at that stuff.
Yes.
So it's funny how I can see really like decisive traits within you. Yes. But from your perspective, it's different.
Yes. I think it's like, definitely I'm very decisive with
food.
With what I think with what I personally want in terms of like the clothes that I'm wearing, the foods that I'm eating. But in a group setting, if there was like 5 people and they were like, where should we go overseas? I'd be like, I don't mind. Whereas like actually I'd be like, I want to go to fucking Italy. Like, let's go. But sometimes I don't feel confident to say that stuff, if that makes sense. And I don't think it's a huge issue. But I just think,
just something to be aware of.
Be a bit more aware
and
of.
like be playful with it too, maybe in a situation where you're like for instance today, this has nothing to do with it, but Eliza saw this guy with a really cool car. And like she was so close to going, I love your car, and then like didn't say that. But like in situations that are similar to that, where you're like on the edge of saying something and then you're like, oh no, I shouldn't say that. Like just say it and see what happens.
100%. Yeah. Just putting myself, like, I think my thing is I am really afraid of conflict. So when you say what you want to say, you're putting yourself out there for others to be like, I don't actually like that restaurant. And then all of a sudden I don't know whether it's my ego or I just get really threatened by that. And I think, I don't know where it comes from, but probably like childhood stuff, like conflict meant, my parents got separated, my mum wasn't there. So I feel like conflict almost means like, fuck, this person might leave. if we have some sort of disagreement, which is obviously so far-fetched, choosing a restaurant and then someone not being your friend. But like that,
I wanted pizza.
Yeah, but that inner child in me, I think that's where it comes from. It stems from like, oh my God.
Well, you sound very aware right now, and
Yes,
very
I am a very self-aware person.
You know, but it's like you need to just go that little bit deeper almost.
Yeah. And just like, I think as well, even when you mentioned this morning, May was like, fuck it, because my partner and our roommate booked a spontaneous trip to the World Cup. And May was like, fuck it, maybe we should do a girls' trip. And whether, like, that's another thing is, like, just going and doing shit anyway. Like, whether I think I'm been very spoilt with Jesse. He's like, let's go here, it's booked, holiday's done, blah, blah, blah. But, you know, I don't want every holiday to be with Jesse as much as I love him to bits. But, like, I want to have girls' trips and do this and let's go here and book that thing. But I'm just kind of like chilling.
Well, you're also conscious of like, I feel like you're a very like caring person. So you're always like, oh, but like maybe mum and dad would be coming that weekend. Maybe Jesse's doing this. And it's like, just, you know, they can work it around you as well. At the end of the day.
Anyway, that was a long ass.
I love that goal for you though.
Thanks.
That's really exciting. I'm excited for you to just say more of what you want.
Yeah.
We love a vocal queen.
Yes.
Okay, my last goal, guys. Okay, bit of a backstory to this. So we're actually all moving out of this beautiful house in about a month's time. And this house has been amazing, but obviously with a move comes the opportunity to like start fresh, start a new chapter, which I do really like. I feel that energy kind of coming towards me, and like, you know, there's this new opportunity on the horizon, which is really exciting. And I am someone who, as much as I love like consistent routine, I love a bit of change. Like I love to spice things up a bit. So I think with also the fact in mind that I'm a bit of a hoarder. My goal is to clear out my physical space because I want to be able to come into this new chapter with like, I don't know, fresh energy and not things holding me down. And I will hold on to like birthday cards from like when I was bloody 5 years old. Like I'm that bad. And there's just something within me that's like, oh no, but I need that card. Like, why do I need that card? The person that wrote me the card doesn't even know me anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So just little things like that, like being able to clear out stuff, and just, I feel like when I do finally clear out my space, I feel like such a relief. And even Eliza walked into my room the other day. Oh no, it was my other housemate walked into my room and she's like, your room looks so like clean and empty. And I was like, yeah, it's because all my trinkets and stuff that I've just like held onto for so long, I was just like in the bin, like at the op shop. Like I don't want them in my space anymore. So clearing out my physical space is one for this month. And then I also kind of want to create like a new little vision board of how I want like the energy to feel in my new house as well, because I'm just moving in with another friend. So we've gone from like 5 of us to, it would just be me and one other person. So I feel like there's more of that opportunity to kind of create your own space without having to like consider so many people, because I feel like in a share house you are very like conscious of, you know, oh well, I don't want to put all my shit everywhere because there's so many other people living with me. So I want to kind of create a new little vision board for what I want my new space to look like.
I love that. That's so exciting.
A bit of a creative project.
It is very exciting. I'm going to miss this house, but it is, it's weird. I feel like something happens is like when you all of a sudden, you know, you're going to move, things start to piss you off in this house. And I'm like, this is the best house ever. And I'm like, oh, I can't wait, you know, to be.
Which is so funny, because when we were in our old house, we were dying to get to this house. Like we were, because to be fair, our old house was probably a quarter of the size of this house. And it was a really small space. But I just remember being like, when we get to this house, like there'll be so much more that we can do, and like I'll be this whole new person. I don't know why that's a thing, but then if you think about it, I feel like we did definitely step into a new version of us.
For sure. But you have to be like, I actually saw something online last night, and it was a girl talking about, I can't remember what the actual phrase of it's called, but it's about being in this limbo zone that when I get the health, when I get the clear skin, when I go on that holiday, when I move to the new place, then things will be better. And there's always that future thing. And then so your whole life just becomes this limbo waiting room of like, you're not really living your life because you're always waiting.
And I hate that feeling because also I hate waiting. Yeah. I literally, if you make me wait, I'm pissed off. Like, I'm the most impatient person. I needed things to be done yesterday. I needed that to happen yesterday. Like, I cannot deal with slow people. It drives me absolutely insane. So being in that limbo is something that I'm not good with.
Yeah, if you go on a date with Maya, make sure you're ready 15 minutes earlier. You're at the table otherwise, because she'll be there half an hour earlier. You know,
I try to be late. I
literally was thinking about that the other day, because one thing that really irks Maya about me is we'll have a call and I'll probably get ready for the call like 10 minutes before, like start plugging stuff in. Not even. Yeah. Like 5 minutes before, start plugging what we need to have plugged in. Like I'm not stressed
me out
by
thinking about
that
it
at
right
all.
now.
But Maya, if it was on Maya's time, she would be plugging stuff in an hour before 100%. The call. But then it got me thinking. I was like, how much time do you in your life is for getting ready for the thing? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm like exhausting
all aspects of time. Sometimes it's not even like I'm physically getting ready, but I'm mentally in my head like, okay, we've got half an hour. That means that I've got half an hour.
Like, I definitely plan my day.
Together.
Like we've got some calls today, and I'll be like, I need to go get my friend a present for her birthday. So I'll definitely plan my day that way and be like, okay, like it's going to take me half an hour to get there. Then I need an hour to get ready and make sure blah blah blah, and work backwards like that.
My thing is that I need to arrive first, because if I'm going throughout my day and I've got like 5 minutes in between the things that I'm doing, like my energy is like all the way back at 9 a.m. because I've moved through the whole day just being like next. Whereas I feel like I need like me taking half an hour to like set up the call, make sure everything's up, light an incense, make a cup of tea. Like I feel like I need that to actually arrive, because then I'll hop on a call and I'm like thinking about all the other things that I haven't had time to think about throughout the day, and then I'm like, oh my god, I wasn't even present during that call. And again, that comes back to probably my mind and my imagination. Like I'm very up in my head all the time, so I need that time to like land and be like, okay, I'm here. I mean, I could probably do it, but it would just stress me out and I wouldn't enjoy it, and I want to enjoy the work that I do too.
100%. It's, you got to do what works for you.
Yeah, but guys, don't make me wait. I will be so annoyed.
The next one for me is, I actually kind of said it in my last one, to be honest, but I'll think of another one. I think being really aware of my energy and the way that I'm speaking to myself. I think that I'm really harsh. Like, I think I like to think that I've come a long way with this, but I think I'm still definitely like have dark thought. Not dark, but like it's like a
You're
therapy
really
session
opening
for
up
me.
today. I love this.
Like I think I'm just really like I'm a critic on myself. Like I'm all very harsh on myself, which is something that I want to work on. And it was really beautiful because I've had this whole cyst situation. And I think like going to the beach and I've been listening to Abraham Hicks a lot, which if you haven't listened to her, she's incredible. It's all about energy and vibrating at, following feel-good thoughts, and that if you can continuously follow these feel-good thoughts, you're vibrating at a higher level and you manifest the things and call these things into your existence. That's kind of the essence of her work. Anyway, so I've been doing a lot of that, and then Jesse said to me the other day, he's like, I've got to say, like this last like week and a half, your energy has been so infectious, which it was really, really nice. And then, which I felt really good about, but I think I also was like, I still feel up in my head a bit. Yeah. So I was like, okay, that's good. I'm glad that other people are feeling that energy, but am I actually giving that energy to myself? Because I do think that I have been really loving with Jessie and like giving him more hugs and kisses and how are you, and
I have noticed that.
Yeah. Have you?
Just about the incident
mounting.
yesterday.
And I've just been a bit more like conscious of my energy around other people, but then it got me thinking. I was like, have I been as conscious with my energy to myself?
Interesting.
And I think that's something that I think I want to work on in terms of reflecting on not just saying affirmations, but like feeling them in my body. And this is something we actually spoke about in our Hormone Harmony lesson yesterday, is someone was saying, I'm struggling with these affirmations. Like, I don't think I believe it. And I think that's something that a lot of us struggle with. We say, I love myself, I'm beautiful, I'm confident, but actually feeling that in your bones is two different things. And I think that my default mode is to speak negatively about myself, is like constantly, I need to push myself in that other direction. Like if I'm getting dressed, I'm like, oh, I don't look good today. It's never like, I'm looking amazing, you know? So I think that that's a big focus for me, is becoming aware of what makes me feel confident with myself, like the emotions that make me feel confident in myself, and creating more of that through affirmations, meditations, being around people that I love. So yeah.
And it all starts with energy too. Like, I feel like sometimes we underestimate the power of like belief and just actually even just believing in ourselves, full stop. Because I feel like like other people pick up on that.
100%.
I remember there was a time where like I was walking into this cafe and I like caught my reflection in the mirror and I was like, oh, my outfit just looks a bit like fuck today. Like I was just like, I don't know why I wore this. Like it just looks a bit like weird.
Yeah.
Anyway, and I just remember thinking that, and then again, like you have that thought and you're like, oh my God, don't think like that. And I was like, stand up straight. Like take a deep breath in, smile. And I walked into this cafe and literally 5 seconds later this girl goes, oh my God, I love your outfit. And I was like, what the fuck? Like as if that had just all happened in that short amount of time.
Such a good reminder.
And I think it's literally just that reminder. And I feel like when you do that over and over again, that like, stand up straight, smile, breathe, it's okay. Like I'm okay, I'm here. I feel like that just oozes out into the world as well.
And I think as well, this is something that's been like a topic of conversation for the last 48 hours, is really becoming aware of the stories that we tell ourselves. And I think a huge story that I tell myself is what I just said. I'm so harsh on myself. I have so far to come. And I'm like, well, why don't I just stop telling myself that story? Maybe I am kind to myself, but I'm making it up in my head. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like, I think just being really aware of where am I holding myself back with the stories that I'm fucking telling myself? Because sure, like there may be work to do, but if I keep telling myself like I've got so much work to do and, like I'm not like other people and I just naturally speak negatively to myself, then fucking hell, it's going to be a really long, hard journey. So I think just being real, calling myself out on my bullshit and just like shaking it off and not taking it too seriously. I think that
more swag.
More swag, less drag. Let's fucking go. Wait, unless it's like a drag race, and that's pretty swag.
That is pretty swaggy.
So yeah, I think just having a bit more fucking fun and like, what's the word that I'm looking for?
Compassion.
Yeah, just being like less harsh on my head. Like, just treating myself like a little 3-year-old.
Yeah. Well, treat yourself how you treat me.
Yeah.
Like you treat me so nice. Aww. And I feel like every time I'm like, need to pick me up, especially if it's like day fucking 27 of my cycle and I'm like, Eliza, I can't do life. And she's like, hey. And she's like a little ray of sunshine. Aww. So you just gotta remember that you're that for other people and do that to yourself.
Yeah. Sometimes you wish you could just put glasses on and see yourself. Because I think it would be...
Yeah. Can everyone tell us what
tell
do
me
you
how
think of
awesome I am,
us?
please. I need your help.
I saw this meme the other day, guys. Sometimes my For You page is just like spot on, and it was like, it's my birthday today. Can everyone write me a detailed 3 paragraphs of what you love about me and how you perceive me from your eyes? And I was like,
That'd be so nice.
I could get around that. Can everyone do that, please?
Yeah.
But it is funny because it's definitely.
But even if you get that, it's still, you fucking got to do it from within, babe, because otherwise you
external validation. It lasts for a second.
drug. Yeah.
And then as soon as that's gone, you're reaching for something else.
Yeah.
And
I
you'll
think
never
as
be
well, what
fulfilled.
frustrates me the most is it's like, I feel like we've been saying this shit for years. Like, I don't know if any of you girls resonate, but I'm sure there's a lot of you girls that are like, oh yeah, I fucking thought this when I was 18 years old. I need to be kind to myself. And I'm still not fucking kind to myself. So it's like, when is it going to, when are we going to do it? When are we just going to chuck it in the bin
and be like, we're here.
We're done with it. Like, so maybe this is all of us drawing a line.
You need a physical symbol of it ending.
Yeah, what could it be?
You need to write it on a piece
like
of paper.
Like a watermelon. Smashing it.
Okay, you could do that.
Like,
I was
that's
thinking
my
of
bad thoughts.
Burning a fire, with like your thoughts on the paper. Or
like, I basically did that this morning. I fucking caught my arm on fire. Long
polyester.
Yeah, love that. Anyway, we better wrap this up because we do have a lot of to do today.
We do. We're busy gals.
But hopefully you guys enjoyed that episode. Definitely a bit of an open up for me.
Love that though.
Yeah.
Keep it going.
Yeah, I think that's nice. You guys get a little inside scoop into my brain.
Yeah, that would be so cool. Opening Eliza's brain and having a look at inside.
Yeah, I feel like everyone's brain would be very interesting. But I don't know, maybe we'll have to remember and do a reflection because I think that's a really big piece in setting goals is when you don't reflect on them, then there's no accountability, right? So
I'm putting that in our calendar for the 30th of June. Goal reflection.
We got to come back and that will keep us accountable to actually doing this stuff or having to say, hey, babe, I forgot to do it.
Yeah.
Isn't that embarrassing?
Hey, babe, I was actually a real big drag this month and I was zero swag.
Yeah.
And on that note, we will love you and leave you guys.
Thanks for listening.
Go set your goals. Share them with us if you feel like it. Share this potty with a friend if you think they would love it.
And let's bring June the fuck on.
Bye.